All right, guys, welcome to a very special episode of This, That, and the Other. I am your friendly neighborhood co-host, Bryan. As always, here to bring you laugh and cheers. Today, we are doing a very special clip show. First ever clip show. It took me a long time, so I appreciate everybody's patience. I pretty much went digging through, every episode, almost 20 hours worth of footage to try and sift through all the garbage that me and Sam put you through. Sam's actually on vacation. He's in Vegas right now. So I was putting all this together while he was gone. Well, actually, he's back now, but by the time when I was doing all of this, he was in Vegas. We're bringing you guys some of our favorite and best moments that we've had on the channel. We just really appreciate you guys hanging out with us, rocking, and sticking around. So let's get to this bad boy. All right, so this first clip is from episode 1. So it doesn't really have a title name, but it's just a quick little story of yours truly just getting too heavy on the sauce and just trying to put some people in their place, But this is, there's no title to this one, so it's just called Bar Mistakes. Here we go.
No, it just sounds echoey, probably.
Well, no, it's just spiking every time. Like, I'm a loud guy. Like, I'm a loud dude. Like, look at me complaining over here on some first world problems.
So
here's my fucking...
You were at a bar and someone flipped you off?
So here I am, right? So I go to a fucking bar and I have a drink and I'm sitting there and they're having karaoke in the corner. And it's very end of the night. And there's two drunk young ladies at the front of the thing, and the karaoke guy sets the song, and the girls start sitting there swaying, and then the music starts, and the guy's away, the karaoke guy goes away, and the girls are there, and the song starts, and then the girls go, "Oh my God, this isn't the right song," and they're sitting there, and they're like, "This isn't the right song, karaoke guy, you messed up, this isn't the right song." And so I was at the bar.
That's a good impersonation of women, by the way.
And because I'm really far away, you guys didn't get the magnificent of it. I can't. I'll play with it later. And so anyways, so the guy's over there and he doesn't hear them, and the girls are like, "This isn't the right song." And I'm at the bar and I go, commit. And I'm just sitting at the bar and I say,
trolling them?
I say commit.
So you're trolling these girls that are drunk and
just commit. And so
stage.
The girls are like looking around, like trying to find up, and then they see me and they're like, "Shut up, fuck you." And I'm like, "Just believe in yourself. Just the words are on the screen. Just read the words." And so the girl, and I'm trying to be positive, right? Because it's Christmas. Everybody has their Christmas sweaters on. I'm just being a positive guy. I just want to have a drink before I go home. I'm just tired. I just want to chill out. And so I'm like, just believe in yourself 100%. Like, follow out the words, the little rubber ball, you're going to be fine. So the girls go, fuck you, this, that, and the other. And so I was like, okay, you know what? Whatever. And I was like, you know what? It doesn't matter. I was like, fuck you. And, I didn't say fuck you, pardon me. She keeps on telling me to, she's like, fuck you. I'm like, whatever. I was like, you're a coward. I told her. I was like, you don't want to.
You called her a coward?
Yeah, I called her a coward. Ooh, nice. And I was like, whatever. Like, you don't want to sing up there. And then she just got really mad. So the karaoke guy, who I know goes around, and very nice guy, has a really dope afro. And his name's John, Big John. And he goes around to the thing and he's talking to the girls, and the girls are like, "You chose the wrong song. Like, this is the wrong song." And he's like, "I didn't choose the wrong song." And I was like, "Yeah, he didn't choose the wrong song." And I was like, "You guys messed up." And Big John's like, "Me?" And he looks at me and I was like, "No." I was like, "You didn't mess up. They messed up." And so the girls are like, "No, you know what? Fuck that. Fuck this." And they walk off the stage.
I would have started booing.
And I laugh and I look down at my drink. And out of the corner of my eye, I see bar. And so I'm sitting there with a smile, and I get it. At this point, sure, maybe I shouldn't have yelled commit. Maybe I shouldn't have said believe in yourself. I did. And
that's just as bad as yelling Freebird.
I do that too. And so the girl comes over and she goes, "You know what? Fuck you, piece of shit," right beside me. And then she walks away, and I'm like, "Oh, you know what? Go fuck yourself. I don't give a fuck," I told her. And she turns around and goes, "What? What the fuck did you say?" And she comes back to me, and I said, "Go fuck yourself. Like, you're being a bitch. Like, there's no need for you to come over and talk to me."
That's fireballs thrown.
Right? And so at that point, and again, I don't condone using that word unless it's required or unless you're rapping.
Bryan, honestly, I'm starting to find out that you kind of bring this upon yourself because I don't get into these things. Like
because you don't like to interact with people. You don't go to anywhere to interact.
Most people who walk up to me saying "fuck you" end up kind of getting fucked.
Nobody. That's what I mean. But I didn't go up to her and say "fuck you."
No. But
that's what I'm saying. You don't put yourself in a position, or you don't do anything
to get people.
So you don't go up to somebody and say,
"Commit."
Or not. Well, not just exactly, not just that. Which again, I'll own up to. I could have sat there and not said a single thing and let the whole thing.
But it's funny, and they should have laughed it off, and they should have been like, "Fuck it, Lucy, let's do it."
Little things in stride. So again, I get that. I'll hold myself responsible to it. I love all women. I'm proud of all women. I get that. But let's not sit here and pretend that, we're not going to all treat each other equally, and I'm going to razz you the same way I would razz somebody else because it was funny.
Yeah, and that's sexist if you don't razz them the same way.
Exactly. So anyways, and I'm looking at the time because I want to make sure that we keep on track with that. And so we come by, and I go, "Oh, fuck you." And so all of a sudden a guy comes around, and he goes, hey. And he, like, grabs the girl, and then he puts his hand on me, and he's like, hey. And I was like, "Yo, why the fuck are you touching me?" And like
then you turned your attention onto him when he's just trying to be a nice guy.
That, and I was like, "Why are you touching me?" I was like, "I don't know why you're touching me."
But that sounds confrontational because like it could have been anybody. He'd be like, "I'm fucking trying to break this up, motherfucker."
Well, that's what he was doing.
Right.
He was breaking.
But why did you ask him?
Well, why would you touch somebody the way that like you would try and break somebody up?
Because I guess you're pushing two people away from each other.
Right, but again, that's under the insinuation that I'm approaching somebody or that.
Were you still sitting?
I was sitting at the bar.
Oh, okay. Then I'd be like, dude.
Who am I, a fucking psycho? Like, I'm not gonna jump. That was just on the front. That was on the front.
Okay, that's another story.
But that's whatever, right? But this one again is this one I'm telling because I haven't told you this one, and the other one is whatever because it's that same line of what I'm talking about, and which is my overall rant. But the other one doesn't do so well about this particular rant in general, which is my rant about standing by what you did or what you said. So at that point, the guy jumps in between us. He's like, hey, and he puts his hands, on me, which, and again, in a normal situation where if I was going up against somebody.
He would enjoy those man's hands
and
on him.
Physically going against somebody, and at that point, somebody's putting their hands against me. Fair enough. I'm going at somebody. You need to stop me. Right. If I'm sitting in a bar and there's a woman approaching me and yelling at me and getting close to me, and you come up beside me and try and break us
Maybe
up.
He was trying to make her feel equal. Like, hey, I'm not just going in front of you. I'm also, hey, okay, come on, lady. And he was just kind of like.
Maybe. And again, I'm there for it.
He might have not thought it like the way you did.
And I will own up to it. This rant is also a rant about how I'm a bad human being, and I have a lot of emotional issues that I still need to deal with. And I'm a sick human up in my brain, and there's a lot of stuff that I could have done to stop doing that. And again, I put myself in those situations, so I will be the first one to admit that.
Or when you see it escalating, there's
I could have done a lot of things to not do that.
Instead of yelling, "Fuck you!"
So at that point, I stop and I tell the guy, like, "Why are you touching me? Like, stop touching me. There's no need for you to touch me right now because I'm not doing anything." The guy was like, "Oh, like this, that, and the other." And I was like, "Yeah, that's the woman who's coming after me. Like, I'm not doing anything. I'm sitting here having my drink." And so the guy walks away. And again, later on, I say that I'm sorry to this guy. So I apologize to him. And I say, "Hey, man, there's no hard feelings. That wasn't about you." And so I'm sitting there at the bar enjoying my drink. And again, this is a bar that I've gone to before, and the bartender knows me there, and the security guard knows me there. So he knows that I don't do anything except go in there and I have a drink. And so I'm sitting there having the drink, and it's closing time. And this dude comes up to close his tab. And he's talking to the bartender, and he's a tall guy, red-haired, ginger guy. And he looks at me, he's like, and I'm like, "I feel you, man. Like, I don't know what happened."
Yeah. And
behind him is a bespectacled, dark-haired guy who's about his height. And again, everybody's tall to me because I'm short. So, I'm 5'5", 5'6", so everybody's a little bit taller. But this dude, whatever.
It's all
so
good. Wolverine was like 5'4".
He's behind the guy, and he's leaning against the bar, and he's looking at me in sort of like a drunken stupor. And he's got a Christmas sweater on. And so I'm sitting at the bar, and I look at the first guy, and he goes, "Meh." And I was like, "Yeah, I don't know. I'm just having my drink." And so I'm sitting there having the drink, and I look at the other guy, and the guy looks at me, and he's like, gives me the nod. For you guys who are listening, just gives me the nod.
In what kind of a way?
In like a.
Okay.
And I was like,
"What's up?"
I was like, "Me?" And he was like, and I was like, and I took my glass and I was like, what's up? And he looks at me and goes,
he flips you off?
Flips me off. Honest to God, bro. On skin. Like,
just sits there, looks at you with his Christmas fucking sweater and flips your ass off.
And flicks me off, looks at me, and then puts it away like that. And I was like,
did he just flip me off?
I was like, what? And I was so stumped. And I looked at him and I was like, really? And he was like, and I was like,
you should have said in the bathroom?
I was like, oh, word. I was like, oh shit, word.
Maybe that was some. Maybe he wasn't trying to fight you. Maybe he was trying to hump you in the bathroom.
And in any other time, I would have fucked him real good.
Oh God. Oh God.
But at that time, I was beyond my limit. Like the guy, and he flicked me off, and then he put it away and he looked at me and I was like,
face.
Oh word. I was like, okay, cool. I was like, go ahead and close me out. I was like, me and this dude got to go outside and talk real quick.
Oh.
And so I told the bartender, I was like,
but see, that's where you escalate.
I was like, cut me out. I was like, that guy and me got to talk real quick. And I was like, hey, I was like, don't go anywhere. Stay where you're at. Like, you and I need to talk. And I was like, and we'll go and do it out front. And so again, the redheaded dude looks at his buddy and then looks back at me and he's like, what's wrong? What's going on? And I was like, your buddy just flicked me off. And he was like, what? And I was like, yeah, your buddy just flicked me off right behind you. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to talk to him outside in front of the bar. And he turns around and he looks at his buddy. And then the guy goes, no. And I was like, oh. And that's when I lost it. I went to fucking 100. And that's when I was like, I fucking slammed my hand on the table. And I was like, that's it. I was like, outside. I was like, we're going right now. I was like, you're going to sit here and tell me that you didn't flick me off, like straight disrespect. And again, I was beyond my limit, but that was just the fuel that I needed. If he had, and then says that they didn't flick you off, and that's my rant.
Because maybe he realized, whoa, wait a second, this guy's about to take me outside. And we're going to fight.
That's my
So
rant.
he backpedaled. He pussy pedaled.
And if you're going to sit there and what did I leave after I heckled and did what I did and whatever again, and I'll stand by what I did because I did what I did and I stood
you
there.
Didn't heckle a comedian. You heckled
I didn't heckle somebody, but I created a hindrance in a situation where two drunk girls could have probably got along with the night by yelling at the karaoke guy and whatever. But I stood there and I stood my ground. And again, you've known me for a long time. When I'll stand by what I do, but for somebody to go in there.
But sometimes you get so headstrong about it that you will, you will put the spectrum of possibly getting arrested in the equation.
But if I flick somebody off, I'll stand by it. That's what I'm saying. If I'm in a situation where I look at somebody and we're at a bar and I've come to a point where I'm looking at somebody
like this guy,
and I'm like. And somebody goes, oh, what?
This sounds like an older drunk pussy.
No, he was a young guy.
Oh, he's young?
That's what I'm saying. He was a young guy like my age. And so that's what I mean. That's my rant. And when I brought it to him and I said, we're going to go outside, he was like, oh, no. And then he came over and he puts his hand on me after he's already seen the stink I made with the first guy who's touched me. And he's like, hey, man. And
drunk people like to touch.
Motherfucker, I swear to God, if you don't take your fucking hands off of my shoulder right the fuck now. And at that point, it was the security guard came over and he was like, okay, guys, we're done. Like, he was like, you need to leave. He told the guy, he was like, you guys need to leave. And I was like, dude, I'm sitting. It was crazy. And so that's my rant. If you're going to have the audacity to go out there and flick somebody off, or you're going to say something like, oh, fuck you, fuck this, fuck that, fuck other, you either... Ah, geez, that sure was a doozy. I tell you what, I certainly had a fun time listening back to all of our shenanigans. This is one of my favorite clips right here. This is with our buddy Keith Obit, our very first guest from episode 7. Everyone gets a redo. Keith gets to go through the ringer as we ask him a series of strange and curious questions. Let's listen.
5 guest episode of This, That, and the Other, where you are the person of honor.
Awesome.
Keith Obit.
I am honored.
Yeah, your boy Keith Obit.
What's up, guys? How you guys doing?
Oh, shit, it's Obit. But Keith is an actor. He's a musician. He's a sex idol. He's just a very good friend. And it's just a real pleasure to have you on the show, man.
No, I'm honored to be your guys' first guest.
But as far as like like end all be all, like kind of just like what's the goal? Like,
Yeah, what do you want? What do you want?
Yeah, what do you want?
What
huh?
for acting?
What do you want?
No,
huh?
what do you
Or
want?
From I guess just like
Life?
What do you want
Like,
from me?
wow.
like what in general, just like
What do I want?
No. So the acting thing, like, what are you hoping would have is like, what's your what's that flag that you see at the top of the mountain?
I mean, we just you know you don't
$1
have
million
to
check. No, I'm kidding.
tell him, B.
No, just like
No, man.
That's what
no,
the
I'm just
fuck
playing.
mine is.
No.
Zeros, homie. Big facts,
A big
cuz.
zero with that's it. A zero. You want
Well,
zero?
I live my heart with zero, B.
It's like, I want
You're already
nothing.
there, bro. You're
I
like,
want nothing.
Yeah, you do got me there. The zero, I do got zeros in my bank account right now, cuz. No, but I want them stacked up, cuz, and I don't feel wrong saying that. Like,
I'm just playing.
but I would like to do it
honestly,
happy.
It'd be awesome
like,
just to like,
Be a working career.
yeah, just survive off of it and shit. But
Yeah.
like be on like a legit show, not even as a main character, just where you're working with everyone just on top of their game,
Yeah.
fucking badass motherfuckers, like a
That's the
Netflix
thing
show
is-
that not
that's the
everybody
thing.
watches. They don't,
That's
you know
what
what I'm
you were
saying?
saying the other day, and I was like, oh my god, that really resonated. It's like just finding anyone else who's as dedicated and on top of their game as you. Like,
Yeah.
not like I always want to be the straggler. I want to
Yeah.
feel like I'm the one straggling, as opposed to being like, fuck, man, no one's picking up any
Yeah.
slack.
Oh yeah.
You know?
No, totally. Yeah.
And that's
Yeah, you just want to be
because the more professional gigs you go to, the more professional people there are.
Oh, for sure.
Exactly.
And so that's my thing is like, fuck, man, if I do get into this or if I do want to do this, it's like I got to get past all this bullshit to get to the real pro gigs
Yeah,
where everyone's like on top of their game.
totally.
And
So in the
You gotta
meantime, I'm just trying to
have
practice.
the
You know?
packets and everything. You know what I mean? You
What's
gotta
that?
have the packets, like if you're writing, you gotta have everything, all the options available, so that you can just try and get into wherever it is on the lot.
Yeah, yeah.
Get on the lot.
Yeah.
And start working on the lot. You know. What
Well,
I
you know
mean?
what's awesome too now is luckily for me is I do a lot of video submissions. They take a lot of video submissions too. That's a big popular thing now.
What Netflix does?
No, just like our video audition submissions. You know what I mean? So like if I have an audition, sometimes like
they're just going clicking through it and
well, I mean, like, so it just like I don't have to actually come to LA, you know,
Right,
send a video over, but like they call it like eco-friendly because you know what I mean. So
It
you don't have
is.
to drive. It is eco-friendly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean. So it's getting more popular and popular. So
and plus you get to see what they look like on screen. Right off
yeah,
the bat.
and then they're like, okay, we can weed out these motherfuckers and then call these people.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And
that's smart.
You know, so
All right. Let's start the interview. How did you lose your virginity?
oh shit.
We ask every guest this.
How did I?
Yeah. What age?
Well, I don't know
13.
because what if our guests had some sort of like
I don't
horrible
care.
traumatic way.
Real quick, I do want to mention something. Not. Well, I mean, because we are close near the end, and I do want to.
Yeah, I gotta take a pee. I want a cigarette.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Fuck. Never mind. I completely
A
forgot.
weird question?
I completely forgot. Anyways, I'm sorry. Yeah, dog. How did you lose your virginity, dog?
How? I put it in, dog.
Yeah.
No, just kidding.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't like that at all. Like, I was so young. I
Damn.
had no
How
idea-
young?
13.
Damn.
But
that's
the thing is,
really-
though,
damn.
it wasn't sex. Like, I had no idea what I was doing.
It wasn't sex.
I just literally put
put
it
the tip
in,
in.
and we just made out.
That's
And
gangster.
then-
Oh, so there was no actual.
There's no penetration.
no.
But you put
But
the
you know
tip
what
in.
was
You put the
weird?
tip in though.
Well, you
I
put it between the
I
lips.
put the whole thing in.
It was like a hot dog
I just put it in.
bun.
I didn't like.
But with a condom on, right? For all
Yes,
of our
for
young
sure,
viewers
yes.
and
I
everybody.
definitely did that.
If you're
Goat
gonna
skin,
have
too.
sex,
They had us very
practice
scared of
safe
AIDS back
sex.
then.
My sisters are that
I don't
age.
know about
you
you
know what I'm
guys.
saying?
You know,
Like,
gonorrhea was really going around the 13-year-olds.
yeah. Oh yeah. Like so, my
Yeah.
grandfather used to tell me they used to put all the measles and everybody on the boats
Yeah.
when they came over. They did the same
Yeah.
thing.
But so 13.
Yeah.
Good for you, man.
That's gangster, dog.
Yeah.
for you.
That's pretty baller.
7th grade.
Have you ever gone hunting?
She was 50.
No.
She was 15?
No.
Have you ever gone
That'd be
hunting?
awesome. Hunting? No.
No,
No.
nothing like that. If do,
You know, I would like to go hunting, but I honestly don't know if I could do. I know this sounds so weird. I don't know if I could actually kill anything, but I wouldn't mind being with somebody because, like, I respect the whole
Yeah, for
hunting
sure.
process and all those things. And I would love.
Yeah,
to
if you were
eat the
starving for a
food
month,
and
you'd
all
be
that.
like, I'll fucking kill that
I would
thing.
definitely
Yeah.
do that for
You're like,
sure.
I'll
yeah,
eat
yeah.
it
But I'm
while
just
it's
saying,
there.
like, since we live in a comfortable world, where
Yeah.
I don't have to.
Yeah.
I wouldn't
Yeah,
mind.
absolutely.
I'm in your camp.
I would be a part
I'm
of
in your
that,
camp.
and but like, I just don't know if I could kill a fucking animal. I don't
Dude,
know.
I went hunting as a kid. My mom grew up hunting, horseback riding with dogs and fox hunting, shooting ducks and whatever the fuck. She did it all. So she tried to get me into it. We fucking went out and, it's hunting and quails went out and I had to turn and boom and fucking quail went down. I was like, I'm
Fucking
good.
lost it. Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah.
I was a kid. I was
But
crying.
yeah, that's a quail. Can you imagine like a,
I couldn't. No.
fucking
Like a
deer,
person?
Fucking.
No,
Well,
I
that's not a
feel
big
bad
deal.
fishing. I feel bad fishing.
I don't mind fishing.
No, man, a fucking hook goes into the imagine how that
Yeah.
feels. Oh, they don't have feelings. No,
They don't have
motherfucker.
arms though. I always feel a little bit different about things that have like arms and 4 legs.
You just don't have.
Or
you, like, you
eyebrows.
have no
Like a
feelings
fish
for
though.
them.
Like a fish, I'm just kind of like, homie, like, why would you go for that worm, dog? You know
Yeah.
what I mean? I feel kind of like a sympathy for the fish. But anytime I fish, it's like catch and release for the most part. But like sometimes, like, because I haven't been able to fish anywhere really good.
Are we talking about
How
your
come you
relationships,
asked me?
or are we
How come
talking
you
about
asked me
fishing?
the hunting question?
Oh, I'm asking you all the weird questions.
Catch and release. No.
So
Is that,
yeah,
okay.
the last part of the interview is where I asked all the really
I was
weird
just
shit.
Like, whoa, okay, that makes sense.
Wait,
Yeah,
what?
yeah.
I think you
Is
told me
that
that.
what's going on?
I didn't know it was a segment. I was just like,
I don't know. There was.
We're not really segmenting.
We
we're just,
we were asking questions all throughout.
we're right at the end. Yeah, but everything
But then
else
they
was
just
good
got
questions.
No,
random.
now
I was
let's
like,
wrap
you
it
like
up. Let's
hunting?
wrap
I'm
it
like,
up.
what?
Let's wrap it up.
What's your favorite type of pie, dog?
If you had to pick from
this is the
Alfredo
type of shit-
or pesto.
Yeah, this is the type of shit people.
Yeah.
This is the type of shit people want to know, dog.
Banana.
Banana?
Oh yeah.
A banana cream pie?
Fuck yeah.
Hey, that shit's fire,
Hot
dude.
dog or hamburger?
Hamburger. Well, I don't eat beef right now, but definitely hamburger if I was.
Ooh, okay.
Okay, veggie burger or veggie dog?
Veggie burger for sure.
All right. If
Veggie,
somebody,
veggie dogs are gross.
Yeah.
yeah. If you,
At least I
had-
haven't found a good one. I'm sure there's.
I'm sure there's
Some
a couple
people
out
out
there.
there
It's
like-
like, mushroom fucking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a
bean.
button in front of you. If you press the button, you know what I mean. You get to get that network series thing, and it's all yours.
Mhm.
Or, you know, or
But what's the drawback? I'll press a button.
oh, that's right, the
Is it-
button.
There's
okay.
gotta be a
All right,
drawback.
so you press the button and you get your network thing set up. But if you
But-
press the
oh,
button,
but.
yeah. But if you press the button,
Your girlfriend loses her leg.
then
from
one
it.
of your fuck,
It's wonderful.
Just
my
one.
guy,
Oh, yeah,
he's
that's-
considering it.
Sorry, babe. One's leg's gotta go.
You press the button, but your
She would
dog.
do it.
Damn.
She's a cool chick.
Dedicated.
She would
She's
get-
that
You just have to
gangster?
get her one of those little
She would
fucking
get
metal
fucked.
bird things.
Fuck, that's love, homie.
You just get her a spring on one side.
I would just put her other leg in the middle.
She'll go around like a popsicle, looking like a fucking creamsicle.
Just get her
a
fucking.
meatsicle.
That's a man with a plan, though. That's a man with a
yeah.
plan.
But so what
I
was the
thought
other
about
button?
I like that. Oh, so if you press the button, you
Yeah,
get your
that's fine.
network, your
Her leg
network
can go.
series.
It's fine.
If you do that though, then the dog dies.
I thought it was the leg goes for my girlfriend.
You
not the
made that
dog
up.
dies.
No.
Oh Jesus.
Oh, okay.
No.
No,
He said no.
no.
Flat no.
Okay,
No.
cool.
He'd rather
Come
work
on,
for
dude.
it.
No,
and
I
keep
feel
his
it. I
dog.
feel it.
Yeah, I like the dog.
What's your favorite conspiracy theory?
But you don't like your girlfriend's bottom leg?
I mean, she's got two.
Facts.
True.
If I had
Two dogs.
There's
If I had two of the same dog. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know,
Total
I don't know,
sense.
Go.
No, I feel you. Yeah.
Total sense.
I feel you. You're not wrong.
Yeah.
You're not wrong. What's your favorite conspiracy theory?
Or the one that you find the most ridiculous.
Most ridiculous.
My most recent
flat
one.
Earth and shit like that.
Yeah.
Not most ridiculous. Well, I guess.
Or
Well,
your
if
favorite-
that's
the
what
one
your
that you
favorite.
believe in,
Like,
maybe?
yeah. What's your favorite one?
The one that really
like,
intrigues you?
Well, the thing is, I'm not really into conspiracies, but like, I know this is such a cop-out thing to say, but I'm such in the middle and everything that I believe so much crazy things can happen that things could go each way. So sometimes there's a lot of conspiracies that could be true. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So,
Or stem from some sort of truth and have gone haywire.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But the thing is that whole group of people that are so into them that just kind of
They just want to believe in
yeah,
something.
and just give it a kind of a bad rap. I don't know.
I
I'm not really
believe
into
in a
it
lot
as
of
much.
conspiracies. There's truths in there, but the ultimate story that the conspiracy theorists are trying to sell you is not what actually happened. But
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
some sort of truth inside of all of that.
Well, it's kind of like some of the moon landing shit, like where
dude,
like they're
that's-
taking the fake videos and just saying that it was that just because they had to or whatever. You know what I mean? Like,
well, no,
but then they got caught in a sense.
Well, what's his face? That
Or however the fuck that happened.
Kubrick, when they got Kubrick to fucking, they said that they asked Kubrick to fucking film the whole fake landing. It's like, no, motherfuckers. Look, it's the same thing when BP had their oil spill. They went to James Cameron to ask him how to fucking go to the bottom of the ocean and film that and get to the things. They're about to go to space. They've never been in space. We need a lens professional. We need a lens specialist, the best guy. Who do we go to? The guy who filmed.
Why wouldn't you go to the people who make the lenses?
Because they don't know how to use. They know how to make a lens, but they're not the ones who can.
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense, though. Why wouldn't you go to the people who made the lens?
They probably went to those people and said, "What's the best lens?"
And then they were like, let me go to Stanley Kubrick because I want to make sure that I.
They did that with James Cameron. What are they going to go to the guys
but
who
James
make the?
Cameron was
He didn't build the submarines.
Fuck.
you know.
Well played, say Scott. Dude. I too have an uncle. Always a great time when Keith's on the show. Definitely plan on having him back pretty soon. Next up, we got a nice little ditty from our fan love section, erotic fan fiction. This is actually from one of our mystery episodes, one of those episodes that really, it went up and then it didn't make the cut and the audio was all messed up and there was a whole bunch of stuff that happened, but that was actually with our new buddy Jamie Suter, and this is actually from one of our more recent episodes, near the end, so who knows, maybe you've heard it, maybe you haven't made it that far. But it's a grand old time, and it was in honor of Avengers, and so we did ourselves a little erotic reading from episode 17, Avengers Rear Endgame, featuring Jamie Suter. In honor of Avengers, we are going to be reading a little excerpt called Black Widow and Spider-Man. Oh. Okay, very simple. It's called Lemon Sexual.
And so we just kind of
feel free to interrupt.
I love it.
Feel free to make comments, and it's gonna be super quick.
This is music
I
good?
would like someone to just keep an eye on it as far as time wise. I don't want to go over like 10
hour
minutes.
10.
1 hour 10.
Oh, I meant as far as me going over that, but that's fine. That's perfect recording time. All right, here we go.
Do you want the music?
Hell yeah, bro. Peter sighed and plopped himself down onto his bed.
Can't hear you.
Removing his mask, Peter wiped the sweat from his forehead. He was absolutely drenched with it.
Drenched.
For a full day straight, Natasha had known he was Spider-Man ever since Tony had made the new suit for him.
How is sweaty sexy?
I've never gotten that. Yeah, I'm not a really big fan of sweat. Hey, Pete. Pete jumped up. Dinner's ready, kiddo. Dinner, if you know what I mean.
Ooh, yeah. No, I don't know what you mean.
Nah, it's good. I'll sit right here. Natasha rolled her eyes and pushed past Peter. Let me handle it, big guy. She walked over.
She could see it through the spandex.
Something wrong, kiddo? Right off the bat, the kiddo thing is making me feel uncomfortable, reading
She's
it.
younger. She's a lot younger.
Right, but still, I
This
don't
could
wanna...
be some weird child thing. We don't even know it.
We also try to guess to see if a woman or a man wrote this. Or
Oh, that's
all.
all. Yeah, at the end we checked that out. That was one of the questions.
All
we
right,
asked.
all right.
Okay, sorry.
Pay attention to
Anyways,
that.
Natasha tried to get these thoughts out of her head. She knew it was wrong to feel that kind of attraction toward Peter, but she felt it anyways.
Peter's Peter.
Peters. What, you nervous to go toe-to-toe, kid? Come on, let's see what you can do with your webs.
He's a fucking superhero. She
I'm
has no
liking how
powers.
she's using the powers, or whoever's writing this, and that's my key. I think it's a lady. I'll discuss it in a minute.
How do
why
you
I
use
think.
webs in a you tie her up?
A girl says
Maybe.
kiddo.
Well, I was thinking webs like nut. Like jazz,
Oh,
like just
like
jazz.
Yes.
I'm gonna jazz over your motherfucking face.
That's what I hear in my head when I'm horny. I just hear just like nonstop horrible jazz. playing in my head.
jazz. Miles
She wants
Davis.
to be tied up and webbed multiple ways.
Okay.
Take off your suit, Peter, she said. Peter stood up off the bed, removing his clothing.
Oh, that was quick. He didn't know.
She took off her bathrobe, revealing her body to Peter. She was smooth, with such naturally shaped breasts in perfect proportion with the rest of her body. Sweat covered her whole chest.
They're obsessed with sweat.
What's with the sweat?
Maybe their air conditioner broke.
Yeah, man. It is New York.
But didn't she just get out of the shower? She's wearing a robe.
Bro, I'm just reading.
She's like George Costanza. He sweats after he takes a shower.
Exactly. Oh, I forgot to mention that this is by MCU Fanfics from fanfiction.net. A little shout out for you guys.
Oh, okay.
Since we're going to be judging you based on what's going on.
So far, how's it written, you think? Or how's it structured?
We'll get to that at the very end. We're almost done.
Because sometimes reading it, it's written so bad.
It's about to get
Not
into
bad.
the...
Like it's one big paragraph, and you're like, what am I reading?
Oh.
You know.
All right. In a flash, her legs were around him again. She started feeling around, groping for his cock.
His spider sense tingling.
Peter kissed her once more, licking her tongue, taking in the sweet taste.
Of sweat?
Oh my God, Peter whispered, pressing his face against her soft cheek. Natasha turned her head and whispered, I want you to fucking fuck me, Peter, she gasped.
That's a woman who wrote this.
Peter pressed his mouth to hers again.
You think?
I think so far.
It's so aggressive, though.
You sure, he said, with one hand?
I feel like it's a guy.
Wait,
Well, and now I'm interested. I'm interested now. I want you to fuck me. Fuck me so fucking hard, she said to his face. Natasha's beautiful, sweaty, model-like thighs were spread before him, with her pussy exposed. It glistened with sweat and other fluids. Peter began to poke his rock-hard, heated cock against her.
Wait, you got to be specific about the fluids.
It just says other fluids
Because-
and exclamation mark.
Well,
Bunch of piss. Bunch of piss.
Natasha just pissed on Peter Parker.
Did she have a yeast infection?
Wow.
What kind of fluids are we talking about?
Wow. Peter began to poke his rock-hard, heated cock against her.
Then again, they are writing fan fiction,
Exactly.
so it could be
It could be
a yeast infection.
Totally.
Peter, oh, Peter, please. Peter couldn't hold himself back anymore. He rammed his cock into her, and she let out a loud, whining groan of absolute pleasure.
Yeah, it's a dude.
Peter felt her inside against his dick. The wetness and warmness of it was better than he could have ever imagined.
Yep, dude.
Definitely a dude.
He pumped in and out, as Natasha moaned more. Yes, yes, fuck me. Fuck me. Harder, she demanded.
Damn.
Fuck yes, Natasha cried out, bucking her hips up against Peter.
He's a superhero. He could break her.
It was so heavenly. Oh, yeah, now that I think about that, I wonder how aggressive you can be as Spider-Man.
Well, he
'cause
knows,
he's got
like-
super strength.
Yeah. Well, the question is Spider-Man a virgin in this? Because if
he
he's
in high school?
not,
I refuse to assume that Spider-Man nailing Black Widow is a
Is this
virgin.
Homecoming? Is this Homecoming Spider-Man? Like he's
Oh
still in
wait!
high
Oh
school?
no! You just told me the title. Homecoming.
Ah, that's the name of the fucking Spider-Man porno.
That's it.
That's fucking great. Natasha, Peter murmured, lost in pleasure. Natasha let out a moan. Peter realized she wasn't stopping. Natasha kept pushing further and further. Fuck my ass, Natasha said. Peter, please, she began to whisper. Peter couldn't take his eyes off of her lips. That was it. Those words, the fuel, was
what?
all Peter needed to be sent over the edge.
Wait.
What?
So her words
Fuck my ass.
made him want to come.
No, made him want to go even harder over the edge.
What's the edge?
I'm not the writer. He pulled apart Natasha's
goes
beautiful
psycho.
ass cheeks, stretching her ass so he could see the hole. Jesus Christ.
How
God.
hard was he going?
I know.
Is he trying? Does it end with Black Widow's murder? Because that's what it feels like.
Yeah. That
Spider-Man
motherfucker
has
ripped
a
that
mur-
shit open like a jelly donut. It was like, "Gah!" Let me
Her
see it.
intestines pouring out with a bunch of fluid and shit.
Staring directly at her cervix. Like,
Oh my god.
God. All right.
All right.
So
All right, here we go.
this is awkward.
Okay, here we go. Okay, Natasha's beautiful ass cheeks, stretching her ass so he could see the hole. He was already lubed up with the mix of cum and saliva still dripping from his hard dick.
But what was the other fluids? That was the other fluids now?
You are just focusing on the
No.
wrong
The
things,
fluids
dude. You were like
the
a
fluids
chick.
were introduced with
You're
her
like a chick
vagina.
watching a movie
His
for the
penis
first
has a
time.
different fluid.
Let the movie finish.
I need to
Did
know
it
what those
came already?
fluids are.
I don't know. It just says it's a mix of cum, so I'm assuming it's
Is it-
pre-cum or
it's a pre-cum?
something.
Yeah, it's probably pre-cum.
yeah.
Let's be honest.
He web slung that.
Fucking take me, she whispered again.
Again.
She couldn't wait. She wanted to melt into him. Peter slowly pushed his cock into her ass. Well, that's nice. Peter did slowly. I half expected a jump in.
Yeah.
And he had no idea it would feel so amazing. The feeling of her ass clinging to his dick. And yet the lubrication of his dick made it easy to pump into her. Oh, fuck, Peter moaned, pumping in and out again. His thoughts dissipated once more.
His thoughts, what is he?
He focused completely on just looking at that gorgeous ass underneath. Natasha, I'm coming. Peter managed to groan. Do it. Fucking come in my ass. Fucking do it, Natasha pled. Do it. That's me adding that commentary. That's not how it's written.
Yeah.
That's not
Natasha moaned.
Stick to the script, man.
Yeah.
Natasha moaned so loudly that she would have wondered how many people heard her. And after what felt like it would have been an eternity of pleasure, Peter finished coming and collapsed onto his back behind
And
Natasha.
so the sound effect for that would be thwip, 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 thwip.
Nice.
You
That's a
know?
classic
Yeah.
comic
Yeah,
callback.
yeah.
I like that. The comic nerds are going to love that.
Yeah.
Once
Yeah.
they're done masturbating,
Yeah.
they're going to be like,
They're thwipping.
really good callback.
Once they come back to reality
Yes.
after that fap.
I just thwipped all over my keyboard.
Yeah.
All right,
What am
here
I
we go.
doing?
You want to go another round, Natasha asked. Peter regained his breath. In a little bit. We still got a lot of time, right? They moaned into each other's mouths, and Peter realized that he was in for the week of his life. And that was fucking lemon.
Homecoming.
That was lemon sexual homecoming.
All right.
Oh, man. That.
Nice. Beautiful. Beautiful.
And that
It
is
was
what
definitely
you
written by a man.
do
Yeah. That was,
when you
Definitely.
listen to some erotic literature.
Yeah. I want to hear the
Wipe
end
your
song.
hands off. The show is done.
your shame
The
hurts.
section's over. You can look at yourself in the mirror again.
Can't close that.
Take your clothes back
video.
on. Tell your mom to come and pick up your clothes because it's over. All right. Let's get to the rating system,
Wow.
guys. 1 out of 5 moans. 1 being the least sexy, 5 being the sexiest. Let's start with our guest, Jamie.
You know, like I obviously, I told you guys before this, I read a bunch of Marvel fan fiction, mostly, you know, a bunch of like sex fiction.
Nice.
Told you guys this all the time.
Yeah.
Of course.
No, I really don't.
Yeah. Every time
For
you're-
being my first Marvel like fuck fiction, I think that's maybe the title, fuck fiction.
Fuck fiction.
I would give it like a 2.9 with like some fluid.
Okay. Some undescribed fluid.
Some undescribed fluid and maybe a few.
Ah, very
yeah.
nice.
So it's pretty good. It's pretty good rating.
All right. So
Yeah.
you had a 2.9. Sam.
Yeah, you know, I wasn't really stoked on this one. I would give that, you know, you're close. I'll give that I'll be at 2.7.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be at 2.7.
2.7 is pretty good.
I thought the last one that he didn't say the walls or anything like that. I like that walls reference in the last
Well,
one.
that was amateur on that end, but
yeah,
I
it was
feel what
amateur,
you're
but
saying.
for some reason I liked it. It was sweet. But no, this one was all right. It was all
gonna
right.
stick it at
This was
2.7?
all right. And you know, honestly, fuck Spider-Man. I'd rather have it been like, I don't know, Ant-Man and her, so that way Ant-Man
Could
go
get
real
small and
tiny
go in
like,
there.
in
That
Yeah,
would have been creative.
but then we're hearing about way more fluids than we need to.
Now there you go. That's what I'm in
Yeah,
it for. I
there's
want a
just-
good descriptive.
He's gonna go subatomic and go
He's
somewhere
like
he
below
shouldn't,
the
man.
labia, right underneath the clitoris,
Yeah.
Ant-Man.
Yeah,
Uh,
But that could get
Jane,
kind of weird though.
1 out of
Speed
5.
bagging at clitoris.
1 out of 5 moans.
I'd give it a 2. It was all right.
Wow.
okay?
It wasn't as sexy
Wow.
as I thought it would
Right.
be.
You weren't
No,
nah.
it was just
You were just
Okay, gotta eat the
not
mic.
affected by it.
Nah,
no,
it was just what it was.
2.
I think
2
I'm
out
going
of
to stick
5.
around the 2.9 range, somewhere in that area.
Yeah.
I think it's okay. It's probably more hyped up because it's Marvel characters, so you're going to feel a little bit more about something. You can see
Avenger
them clearly in your
characters.
head.
I gotta say the word
Can
Avengers.
we
to make
check
this-
if a male or a female wrote this? Or?
You can't verbally check,
can't.
but yeah, or you can't check on the thing.
Okay, so I'm gonna vote male. There's
Male,
no way.
yeah.
No, like men. No offense to us, but we just have a way of writing, and there's just no way. There's no way a woman came up with his dick was hard. His dick was hard. Fuck me.
I
Fucking
think she would have
fuck
said
me.
something a little classier.
There's no.
What gives it away the last time and this time? What gives it away is the way they talk about the penetration.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
the everything leading up. It's like, oh, maybe this, maybe that, because there could be a woman who likes it harder or whatever. But as soon as it talks about the penetration, and it's the male's.
That's what you know?
You can see the male's perspective of male penetration.
So you're going with a guy, Jane?
Yeah, guy, definitely.
Guy? I'm gonna be the odd out on this one. I think it was a lady.
Oh yeah.
I think it was a lady because, and again, for everybody listening and watching, I skipped through the story because a lot of the fan fiction is like 20 pages of fucking descriptions and fucking all of this jazz and everything. So if you read it, maybe you would feel a certain way. But based off of the things that I read, I feel like it's a younger girl, like who's a little inexperienced and is more interested in like writing than in the actual sex portion of it.
So this is the next J.K. Rowling, is what you're saying.
Exactly. And man, that sure was raunchy. Hope you guys put all your private parts back into your pants. This next clip is another one of a fan's favorites. In this one, this is from one of our classic episodes, episode 4. Again, we don't really have a title for that one, so if you can think of something snappy, let us know. Remember, guys, all of these episodes are available on all streaming platforms: iTunes, Spotify, Castbox, Stitcher, Juanquanawa, Kuadia, Clipton, all of those cool nifty things that the kids are using nowadays. It's all on there, and we're always on YouTube. So yeah, just take a peek. You know, if you like what you guys hear, those are all ready for you guys to take home and serve to your families on a silver platter. This next one, like I said, I really like. It's a special one. It's dinner theater. Sam takes us down a memorable lane with President Obama. I think we get a little Arnold Schwarzenegger in there. It's just a wonderful, wonderful little play. But this is from episode 4. Let's take a listen.
But she's a Kennedy. She's a Kennedy.
We're gonna get a war, dog. Wait, what? Who's a Kennedy?
Schwarzenegger was dating a Kennedy. It was married to a Kennedy. That's his daughter.
Was he?
What the fuck rock do you live under, motherfucker?
Oh yeah, that's OG Kennedy money, dog.
Yeah.
Hey, bro, that's crazy.
That's what I'm saying. So I think Chris Pratt. I mean, and again, I'm not trying to judge anybody or anything like that.
I mean, it sounds like you're trying to judge,
but
go ahead.
She's, she's pretty average looking. Compared to some Hollywood, huh?
What?
She's pretty average looking compared to some Hollywood, starlets and stuff like that. So I was like, oh, I mean, I guess she might have a great personality and this and that, or maybe she's like,
it's a bold stance, Cotton.
Down to earth than crazy actress chicks. But
so the logical.
My logical
so your
explanation
logical
is
other stance was the conspiracy theory that he was using her to get into.
He's not
a
using
better
her. I don't think. I do not think. I did not say that.
I'm just connecting the dots you're laying out.
I just think you tend to go,
So
hey man, maybe they brought him in. Maybe they brought him in. Maybe they were like, hey, why don't you hang out? Oh, hey, by the way, here's my daughter.
Oh, yeah, okay. This is okay. So I'm Arnold, and you're Chris Pratt, okay? And this is no. I'm Chris Pratt. I'm Chris Pratt, and you're Arnold, okay? And you're bringing me in, and you're okay.
Hey, Chris, how do you do?
Hey, Arnold.
Thanks for coming. Have a cigar.
Arnold. Oh man, thanks so much for.
Sit down. Sit down. You're making me nervous.
Ooh,
Get down.
All right. What'd you bring me in here for, Arnold?
Ooh, what are you talking? Just come by for the barbecue. Here's my daughter. Let's say hello.
No. What I'm saying is, what's the conspiracy theory that Arnold would tell him? What is it? Why did they bring him in? Why did they bring him in?
We brought you here to have sex with my daughter.
For what? Why?
Because you need to be together with her, so that way we take Illuminati over.
Oh, I like your plan. Okay, so it goes even further. So Arnold's plan is to recruit Chris Pratt.
You are gonna be part of a team.
Ooh!
And we would take over.
Okay.
The Illuminati.
And then
Benicio del Toro's part of it.
Okay. And that's when you're like, here's
and there's a bunch of other actors that are all part of it.
And here's your partner, Bill Cosby.
Well, no, Bill Cosby's finished.
No, you busted him out for it.
He's not being busted out.
Arnold busted him out.
Why would Arnold bust out Bill Cosby?
Because he loves his comedy. You didn't know that Arnold's a huge.
I'm sure he was.
How did you not know that Maria? How did you know Maria Shriver was a Kennedy, but you didn't know Arnold was a huge Cosby fan?
Because I took when he became governor, he was married to a Kennedy, so that's why I kind of click.
Had
that's
all
a
of his
little-
vinyls. Had all of his vinyls. Okay. All right.
But what I'm saying is, so Bill Cosby has to be broken out.
Arnold brought me in here.
I'm not gonna drink it. Go sit down.
Oh, Arnold, we need to bring it in here with the dancing and the Leo jumping. I don't know if I can do this, Arnold.
You have to. And then my daughter's a Kennedy. That's why it's a foot in the door of government.
Chris, when the children come out to play and they come out with the Jello pudding pops.
Nobody will eat your Jello no more.
Come into your Jello pudding pops.
So
Arnold.
anyway, Chris, forget this fool.
Can you see me?
We can see you.
Okay.
You can't see us, you blind motherfucker.
Okay, all right, Bill Cosby, come with me. All right, so then me and Bill Cosby are walking and we're going, and then the first place that we're gonna go to, right off the bat, is Barack Obama's house. So I'm gonna bust the door down. Give me a door busting effect down. Nice. President Obama, freeze!
Oh my God. Well,
You're wanted by
Cosby.
the Schwarzenegger
Cosby.
League. You're coming in for the doop.
oh gosh. Where's my
All right, Mr.
where's my
Pre-
security?
Mr. President, I'm Chris Pratt. I've added a little bass to my voice to differentiate between me and Ryan doing an average voice. It's me, Chris Pratt.
Hello, Chris. Why are you in my living room?
Stay calm, Mr. President.
I'm very calm. I'm just wondering where my security is.
I've taken care of your security.
Oh God, he's drugged my security.
With the kajoo and with the drink poo, and I
God.
took him into the back with the super doo.
Oh God.
Mr. President, I'm here on a dangerous mission as Chris Pratt. I'm here because I've fallen in love with Arnold's daughter.
Well, congratulations. Thank you for letting me know. Can you please leave my establishment?
Stay down, Mr. President. Take it easy, Bill. Stay calm.
So, someone please get Bill Cosby out of here.
Mr. President, you know Arnold wouldn't have busted out Bill unless it was something important.
I told you I did not want Bill Cosby here.
Arnold's here too.
Arnold came in, of course. He has enough of this bullshit.
Mr. President.
Why is Bill Cosby here? For real?
I don't know at this point, Arnold. I'm really sorry. This
You
is
just
really
gotta marry my
bad.
daughter so we
This
can
is
take over the
really-
government.
Well, what's going on over here?
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, shit. Oh, God. Who's that? It's me, Patty O'Malley. I'm the sergeant who patrols the halls.
I am a president, or the president of the United States, or used to be. And why the fuck are you guys in my room?
Mr. President.
Please fucking leave.
Oh, Lord. Is that Bill Cosby?
Yes.
It's
run.
me, you little Irish prick. Bill Cosby, I'll take you down. Hiya!
Oh, Jesus.
Come with me, Mr. President.
Okay, gosh. I guess I'm running.
And then we're going through the thing, and then I'm like, okay, Mr. President, or former president. You're not even the president
I know.
anymore.
Like, what you're... I'm having flashbacks of my
Yeah,
presidency.
and then as we bust through the woods, it's Arnold again. But then it's like the end of Triple X where Samuel L. Jackson has set everything up as a test. And it turns out it was Barack Obama that they were trying to enlist the whole time. And then at the end, you're like, Arnold is Samuel Jackson in The Avengers. And that's your team right there.
I'm not Arnold. I'm Samuel L. Jackson, motherfucker.
So it's Bill Cosby.
I'm confused.
So here's the team, and this is our new ongoing segment. We're gonna be checking in on these guys from here on out. So here's the bottom line.
So this is episode 1 just flashed. What will happen next week? Did Barack Obama set it up? Was it Arnold?
All right, man, that was a great one. I'm recording this and watching this all go down right now, so these are genuine laughs. Again, hopefully you guys like this stuff. Remember, these are just a small little bit of taste of what you can experience when you guys go listen to this, that, and the other. Make sure that you guys like and subscribe and give us 5 stars. This next one is another classic game of Never Have I Ever, where we get a little in-depth on what you'd be willing to do with old Kevin Bacon in the room. So hang on to your seats for this one.
No. Would you rather live through the movie? What's that movie with Leonardo DiCaprio where he Mr. Magoo's it across fucking the wilderness?
The Revenant.
The Revenant, yeah. That's the best way to fucking describe that movie.
Yeah.
Would you rather be able to live through that movie,
Yeah.
or what's another brutal movie?
Yeah, but you've lived through it either way, though.
But you don't know you're gonna live through it. Like, you're in it. Would you rather like live that movie? You know what I mean? Or would you rather? What's that one movie where Kevin Bacon rapes the kids, and they all go to a psych ward or they go to a prison, and he keeps raping kids?
Sleepers?
No. Anyway, or you get raped by Kevin Bacon.
So basically, the choices are getting mauled by a bear.
Well, mauled by a bear, beaten, thrown off a cliff,
getting
living
raped by
in a
Kevin
horse, whatever, or having Kevin Bacon's Skeletor body.
But I survived
Rub off-
regardless, Revenant style, right?
Whoa, did he survive?
Yeah, he walked out that bitch. Lived a
No,
long
he
way.
sat through the fucking... Anyway, but he's all broken. What I'm saying is you'll have broken bones. You'll be feeling that for the rest of your life.
I'm cool. Yeah, no.
Or
but
would you rather have physical deformities and limp for the
I'm
rest of your
down.
life
Yeah.
instead of Kevin Bacon raping you?
I'm cool. I'm Revenant style, Mr. Magoo. I'm down. No, I'm cool.
You know how horrible that feels like?
You keep right.
You know, one Kevin
Read
Bacon
the
ass poke.
Wikipedia on my guy.
One Kevin Bacon ass poke.
He lived
or,
a strong ass life for 20 years after that shit happened to him, and that's to pioneer.
I'm just saying.
That's
I'm just
pioneer
saying.
standards. I'm
One
gonna Google it
achy
real
ass
quick.
or
I'm
one
gonna Google
whole
it.
body destruction.
No, I'm cool. You heard my answer. What are you
Okay.
saying, that you would take Kevin Bacon's dick up your butt? Not that I'm saying there's anything wrong with doing that. I'm just saying I'm not about getting.
Well, I
Kevin
don't know. I
Bacon.
mean, I'd have to look at the size of his dick and look at the size of the
Okay,
bear and
he
be like,
has
do
an
I want to
average-
be
he has
mauled
an
by a
average
bear? Do I want to
penis.
get raped
Okay.
in the ass by
Okay,
Kevin
you know what?
Bacon?
I'll give you a better one. Okay, would you rather have Kevin Bacon rape you? You know, a non-consensual situation where you can't fight him off. You're in a position where I don't care
No,
how
Kevin
big you
Bacon.
are or anything.
No.
Kevin Bacon has you pinned down, and you give me some creepy music.
No.
Give me some creepy filler music, so I can
I don't even
so
know
I
it
can
would
show
be
you
creepy.
what I'm talking about. Okay, so Kevin Bacon is either gonna rape you, non-consensual, you know, and or that's weird. That's weird background music. Kevin Bacon.
I don't even know. I just found something.
Kevin Bacon's either gonna rape you, or
right in
he's
the
gonna-
ass.
Yeah, right in the butt. Or you have to. I'm trying to think of something that would push your boundaries beyond Kevin Bacon putting something up your butt.
Yeah, dude, that's pretty bad.
That's really intense. Okay.
Would you rather have Hulk Hogan put it in your butt or The Rock?
I'm just against.
What about The Rock? The Rock or Hulk Hogan?
I would totally rock that bear. But anyways, would you rather? Okay, how about this? All right. Would you
Okay.
rather have Kevin Bacon slam you out real quick, or Harvey Weinstein slam you out?
Oof. Well, I think there's a bigger payoff for Harvey Weinstein, right?
No, there's no payoff. You're just getting. What you'd rather is just who you prefer to get slammed out by. Would you? There's no payoff for this one, motherfucker. You're just in a bad spot. Let me set the situation for you. Let me just explain to you. So you're by yourself. You've woken up. Your limbs aren't moving. You're face down. The concrete smells like cigarettes, piss, and spit. And you're just looking around and you see a freaky shadow in the fucking corner. And who is it other than fucking Kevin Bacon? And he walks up to you. And you can't move. You're just chilling and Kevin Bacon leans down.
Hey, if it had to be Kevin Bacon and Harvey Weinstein with no Harvey Weinstein payoff, well, there's no more payoff. For
No
Harvey.
payoff. And he
It'd
gets
be
into,
Kevin.
he gets
for
into
sure.
your ear and he's
Hey,
like,
Kevin. It'd probably be Kevin.
there's no payoff, Sam.
It'd be Kevin.
Not for this.
I'm telling you,
and
man.
Then, and then Harvey comes up behind you and he brushes your hair. He brushes your hair out of his eyes, and he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna make you feel good, Sammy." And you still can't move. You still can't move. And you're like, "Okay, no." And they start taking off your shirt, and they're like, "You got a lot of pretty
All right,
tattoos,
buddy. All right,
boy."
let's keep this PG.
Let's
keep this PG.
and that's when Kevin Bacon
All right,
goes.
This is
And
Game
that's
Corner.
when Kevin Bacon goes.
This is
He
us
chose
finishing
me
up Game
to
Corner.
go first.
No, no, we're done. We're done. I'm taking you off the butt
and
for
that's
Kevin Bacon.
motherfucking Game Corner, dog. Where we confront sexuality and our uncomfortable positions with them. No, I guess I don't know, right? No, you put me between a bear. Is that an exaggeration? No, like, is it? Would you the Kevin Bacon and bear scenario to you? What would you do? Would you let Kevin Bacon slam you out, or would you take it on with
Well,
the
I
bear?
was just saying the bear. You don't know if you're going to survive.
That was my whole question.
Well, I'm
with
just
you.
saying. I was trying to make up with two movies. Would you rather live through this movie or would you rather live through that
You're
movie?
not too good with the this or the other, the would you rathers. I'm saying if you were to do the would you rather where it was would you rather go through what the dude did in The Revenant or get pounded out by Kevin Bacon, I'm asking you, and you live the way that the dude ends at The Revenant.
Dude, do you remember when he couldn't move? He was in
I'm with you.
Do you remember
But look,
the bullshit he had to sleep inside of a horse, fall off a cliff, fall down a mountain.
okay, check this out, right? Hugh Glass, he lived he was 50 when he died. So when this bad boy went down,
He was 50 going on 90 probably. This probably took 30 years off his life. I'd rather deal with some Kevin Bacon and then I could sue his ass and then maybe get some money to help with the fucking seeing the psychiatrist and all that shit.
And you know what? He died from an attack. He didn't even die from like natural shit. He just died from being a straight gangster. So you said Kevin Bacon? Sorry. Is that what it sounds like when Kevin Bacon mounts you? No, Kevin Bacon,
I don't know,
no.
man.
That was pretty funny, am I right? Now, I bet you guys are wondering, Bryan, we haven't heard a single song throughout this whole clip show. And you're right, you haven't. And that's wrong of me. So I'm going to rectify that. I'm going to bring you a little something from episode 13 called Comedy is Too Sexy, where I throw down a quick little rap about how the British perpetrated 9/11. So take a listen.
What is the theme of this podcast?
I think the overall theme, it's about England trying to stop our memes.
Yeah.
And that's why I have a meme rap. But don't look at me. You can't look at me.
Oh.
Can't look at me. Wait. Look at me. Look at me. It's the only way I can do this.
What?
Hold on.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Queen. Taking away all the British people's memes. That's not cool. What about school? What will the kids look at? Will they be not there? Watching little memes about cats. Are they scared? No more memes for the Queen. Is she mad? Is she learning Photoshop? Is she glad that Charles is out of the picture? I believe that England had something to do with 9/11, and they also perpetrated 1776, sent a boat over here mixed with Presbyterians and other religious people, and they made the original memes underneath steeples, and old lady queens did the whole thing, needed an excuse to start another meme, the original meme queen.
That was good.
Yeah, that was my meme rap.
Dude,
but I think the Queen of England had something to do with the 9/11.
Oh, definitely.
Which is why I wrote this 9/11 rap.
Oh, God.
Here we go. What happened to Building 7? Yeah, there was some mellow jams for your brain, fam. We're getting close to the end of the show. This is a little shorter one, I'm aiming for about an hour. There's plenty more clips. Like I said, I spent all that time chopping all the hours up, so I'm probably going to throw in a couple of clip shows every now and then, depending on, who we have as guests or sort of how the schedule looks like on our side. Yeah, I'm glad you guys are hopefully making it this far. This next clip is actually from episode 3, another mystery clip, but we don't really have a name for it. But, we go ahead and take a quick second and we talk about shame. That's right. We talk about a little bit about shame, where shame ends up working and where shame doesn't end up working. So take a quick listen, my friends. So, if something goes wrong at a restaurant, and I'm using a restaurant as an example because this is where I saw it happen. So if you're there and something's wrong, let's say with your mac and cheese, let's say it's crusty or it just doesn't look right, don't make a scene. Don't go out of your way to pull your phone out and start recording the food and then recording the manager that has been very nice and very
like that
with you. And don't try and shame this guy who's been completely been agreeable with you, has done everything. And here's the thing. And no, you know what? And I was winging this shit. Shame shame is my fucking rant corner because I've seen this happen twice this week.
Okay.
The first time I was at veggie grill, and I went in there, and it was this fat Chinese guy. And yes, you are fat. I was gonna say father flipper, and you're fat.
He's fat.
You're
This is his fat shaming.
mother
He's not a
flipping
very
fat
good.
Asian
You're not a very
wife
good
too,
fat
because
shamer.
you were.
I thought this was about shame though. Now
you
you're
were
fat shaming. You're fat
no,
shaming.
that's the
though.
wrong type of shame. There's different, and the type of shame that I'm doing, that I would be doing if I were like,
So
you're
that guy
fat
was
in a
just
bad way,
shaming the
is
manager.
shame
Now
in
you're
that way.
fit.
Right. So I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. This is what happens when I don't have any notes or anything.
No, but fat shaming I think is good. I was a fat kid, and honestly, to be I think fat shaming
I
is,
think
to a degree.
there's-
You don't bully.
For
Just be like,
sure. I
hey
think it
buddy,
comes
dude,
to
you're a
a
little big.
level-
You're a little
right,
big.
right.
I wouldn't be eating that.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. I mean,
I wouldn't wear that either.
yeah. No, and that's that's a little part of it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But if it comes from somewhere where you're just like, oh man, like, you're looking kind of tight in that shirt, homie. Like, I'll do that with a homie like that I haven't seen in a while, and I'll be like, man, like,
Dude, your tits.
you're starting to fill out a little bit, like, and
Yeah.
sometimes you can appreciate that from.
You can even
somebody
say it
who's
like
being-
nice, like, oh man, having a kid, home life has really made you
They're
giving you
being
that
honest.
dad bod.
Yeah, you're
know?
laughing, and then you're just, and that type of honesty is good, like
Because he'll walk away going, fuck.
Oh, right, and
In a
maybe
way,
that'll-
yeah.
maybe that'll prompt.
Because
him,
later
like,
on, he'll be looking at himself in the mirror. He's like, damn, Brian's right.
yeah.
Maybe they just didn't even think about it.
Yeah,
'Cause some
yeah.
people don't even realize it till down the line, and they look and one day they're like, "What the fuck happened?"
Yeah.
You
So
know.
fat shaming is kind of.
No, I think fat shaming it to a degree is
think
healthy.
fat shaming's a bad
It's
word.
healthy, yeah. But anyway, so your shaming thing about
the way of saying it.
the restaurant. So the guy fucking
Anyway, so
has
they're at the
some shit
restaurant,
dinner.
Fat Asian
he
guy.
he takes his
wife. His wife has the bowl of whatever rice concoction
Mm-hmm.
that they're serving at Veggie Grill, and she's saying that it's crusty, that she hasn't seen, that this is the second time that they've had this happen at a location, and the guy who they're speaking to is completely complacent. He's just like, yeah, no, I'm so sorry, I completely understand.
We'll get you your crunchy shit, guy.
I'll get this, that, and the other, and so he's just like, okay, cool, and she keeps going and going, and the guy keeps saying, okay, I'm sorry, and you can tell that they're pushing for something. They want something more. They want money.
free shit.
They want something, and so like at that point, and she starts recording it, and she's like, yeah, I'm here at Veggie Grill, and this is the type of food that you're going to be getting, and she starts showing the dude's face and everything. And so I'm there waiting to pick food up, and there's another person there, and everybody's watching, and like, again, I get it, whatever, like, but there's only so much you can do. Like, I'm such a firm believer in just being like, I don't know.
You should have spoken up from the back. Hey, lady, don't be a bitch.
That's what I did. And
what did you say?
Yeah, I stopped and I grabbed the dude. While she was recording, the dude looked at me and I was like, "What's up, homie? Can you? I'm here for 456." And he turns around and he grabs the bag, and I take the bag and I lean on the table exaggeratedly in an exaggerated manner. I'm gonna look up the dictionary word for that. And I'm leaning on the table and I look over at the cell phone and I'm watching. And again, in an exaggerated motion. And her fat Asian husband looks up at me, and I go, "Damn, really?" And they both look at me, and she's still recording, and I go, "Y'all ain't got nothing better to do than to sit here and waste this man's time." And they like turned and looked at me. And like, me, once things start getting a little, and I start getting a little like this, and I'm just like, because I start getting
now
angry.
they're like, this dude's crazy.
I start getting angry. And so they turn, and I'm like, y'all really ain't got nothing better to do than to sit here, hold the line up, waste my dude's time, waste my time, because y'all want to shame this guy because he worked, and I just tore it. And she was like, and then the Asian guy goes,
She's like, my video doesn't look as good anymore after you said that.
and he goes, excuse me, do you work there? And I said, are you guys going to do anything? He already get your money, get your refund, and leave. And then I grabbed my bag and I walked out. And then
That's
I
perfect. Little mic drop.
I did that. And then the second one, I was there waiting at the garage, and a dude
Wait,
came in.
hold on. We got to give something. Hold on. Something about you might drop
Yeah,
like
but okay, and then there's that, and then that's good. You gotta make a list of these. You gotta have lists saved, and so that you can know. And so the second time I go in there to the store, the shop for the car.
Okay.
And the guy, there's a gentleman there who's returning a vehicle, and he's having a discussion with the manager, and he's going, look, I haven't gotten the money deposited yet. That's why I haven't filled the gas up, essentially explaining why he hasn't had any money to fill the gas up.
Right.
And the lady goes, look, it's in the contract. You have to return the car back with the amount of gas, the rental, with the amount of gas, or you're going to get charged $7 a gallon. And so he gets into this huge thing and he goes, listen, you're not offering me any customer service. And the lady goes, I've explained to you nicely that this is what's in the
your
contract.
customer service
and
right there.
And so the dude keeps going, well, that's not customer service. Like, you can't just expect me, like, and it was the shame thing again. It was like him trying to publicly shame her into doing something.
Well, he didn't have a leg to stand on. Now she was just like
the food crusty people, yeah, I get it. Get your refund. Like,
if the guy didn't help in any way at the food place, they were unhappy. Okay, do something to compensate it.
Yeah.
Okay, I get that. Then if he didn't do any of that, then that's bad customer service. He didn't do that. Same thing with the lady that they're yelling at.
Yeah.
They're yelling at this lady. The lady said, I'm sorry, but your contract says this. If you happen to drop off the car right now the way it is, we're going to charge you. There's no other way.
Part of the contract.
Or go across the street and it's $4.50 or whatever the fuck it is around here.
But yeah, it was crazy. And so that is my rant corner about. Oh man, what a doozy. We sure are a bunch of lovable pairs. This next one is from again a fairly recent one, but who knows how far you guys have made it down that block. But it's with our comedy friend Perry Kurtz, 40 years in the comedy industry. Great guy. Episode 15, You Can't Show Pink, featuring Perry Kurtz. Talks a little bit about the time he jammed with the, a little band called Fleetwood Mac. Let's listen to this old geezer for a second. Perry Kurtz, LA comic legend.
Mick Fleetwood saw me singing with the Greg Allman Band. Not only did I sing about it, but he let me play guitar with him. So when I get done, this big, tall English guy walks up and goes, how do you do that improv stuff? I go, well, I just tell you what I see, and then I give my opinion.
Yeah.
And I said, it's just improv. I'm narrating. He said, I have this small band, and we're playing for Willie Brown's inaugural ball at the Cow Palace. There may be 5,000 or 6,000 people. Would you like to sing with us? I said, sure. He said, your name will be at the guard's desk. So I don't know who I'm going to see. I pull in. There's a sign, Fleetwood Mac.
Damn. Fuck, that's crazy.
Yeah. So I went up on stage, and she gives him a microphone. I was singing about the crowd. I went behind the guitar player, played guitar, went up to keyboard, reached around him, played keyboards because I know a little bit, went up to his drums and just went, shh. So I did an 11-minute song instead of like 3 or 4. I give her the microphone. She goes, fuck you. She throws the mic. It comes off the cord, and it was one of those, an SM-57. Comes off the cord, flies out, hits a guy in the crowd, hits him in the head, and he just disappears in the crowd. Took her manager 20 minutes to get her back on stage. So when I went out to the jam sessions, every musician that ever came to town knew who I was. Even to this day, I sat in a jam session, the guy goes, you're the one that pissed off Stevie Nicks. We hate her.
Wow. All right, there you go, guys, and I think that's about it, man. Thank you guys so much. If you're here this far at the end, I can't clip show the clip show for you, so hopefully you can at least listen to this one and get a little taste, a little amuse-bouche of kind of what the jams are going down for. As always, guys, iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, we're on Instagram, Binge on this channel, Facebook, YouTube, you name it, we got it. But most of all, we just thank you guys for even taking the time. China, I see that one Chinese guy. I see you out there, little homie. Blue Duck, as always, thank you so much, guys. To my co-host, Jane and Sam, from them to you guys, we love you guys. Thank you so much. We're going to close this off with a little game corner. It's one of the classic ones that we did. This is actually from Jane's episode, The Woman Behind the Curtain. That's episode 14. We're going to be playing a quick game of Describe It Badly. Describe It Badly, super simple. You're just going to describe a popular movie badly.
Oh my God, no, I can't.
Yep.
I'm really bad at that.
So you describe it
So
very
you have to
bad.
describe
Well,
it.
that's the point. The worst.
You have to describe it
That's
badly.
that's what a fucking ringer would say. That's what a ringer would say. Sam will go first while you look that up.
Okay.
He's a grower, not a shower, and he saves the day.
He's a grower, not a shower, and he saves the day. Ant-Man.
Yes.
Oh my God, what the hell?
That's what all the bickering adds up to. All right, I got one. Group of weirdos get their ball back.
Group of weirdos get their ball back.
They have to get their ball back.
Was that the Sandlot?
Ah!
Wow. I got one. A man and a woman trying to fix one problem by drawing stuff, by figuring out some drawings. Actually, maybe it's just the woman. Yeah, the woman trying to save the earth by looking at drawings.
A woman tries to save the earth by looking at drawings.
Arrival.
Yeah. I hate you so much, Bryan. How? Like, I don't want to play.
And remember, guys, you can find all these episodes available anywhere you stream any of your amazing podcasts. Go ahead and join us up there and make sure that you rate us. Give us 5 stars. And if you don't want to give us 5 stars, that's fine. You just tell me where you need to find me, and we'll go ahead and throw down, knuckle down, old school style. As always, guys, this is Bryan, your friendly neighborhood co-host. Love each other, stay safe, and dream the dream of 1,000 dreams. Peace.